Here, uh, trying something a little different tonight. Doing a live video. I know the notification probably just went out, so I'll wait a few minutes before I get into the deep stuff today. Letting everybody have a chance to find it and log in to watch. Pardon my shout out, but I am going to be enjoying a can of Mountain Dew Baja Blast. I love this stuff every time it comes out in can form. That's what I get when I go to Taco Bell. That's my drink of choice, is the Baja Blast Mountain Dew. So, yes, I will be taking a few sips. To my wonderful Phoenix, hello. You got the definite heads up of, hey, I'm about to do this live stuff. Like I said, this is my first time trying it out, so we'll see how it goes. Might I do more later? It's possible. Might this be a big bomb and I say, I'll just do pre-recorded videos? That's equally possible. I don't know. We'll see together. Whoever decides to join in and say if they like it or not. I think lives can be cool too, Phoenix. Some things can, some things, some people don't like it. I don't know. Like I said, this is just something I decided, kind of last minute, give it a shot. I've been on lives with Vance before, where we've done like a little round table type of thing and then like a one-on-one interview, but he was the one that set it all up and had, oh gosh, I think it was the StreamYard app to do it, and then that carried over to YouTube here. I don't know all the technical behind it or anything like that. So I'm sure, if this takes off and becomes a little bit more popular, I will probably do more lives and, learn more about it, learn how to do it. So we'll see. Looks like the numbers jumped up for a bit and then kind of dwindled back down. I do apologize, my voice is a little hoarse. At my job, it's usually pretty loud and noisy in there, so you do have to kind of yell a little bit to be heard at work, so that kind of stresses the voice out during the day, and then when you get home you sound like you swallowed some gravel. I guess you call it occupational hazard. Also, if you live in Texas or near Texas or any place with a Whataburger, today is National Whataburger Day. You do have to have their app. I don't know if you have to have it for a certain length of time or not, or if it's just automatic when you download the app. But if you do, you get a free Whataburger today. Just go by the store, do your online order. Boom, you get a free burger through the app today. Like I said, that's only at Whataburger, only August 8th, today, Tuesday. You still have till midnight to do that. Like I said, I don't know if you have to have the app for a certain time, or if you can just download the app and get that right now. But if you want a free burger, it's worth a shot. Download the app. If it doesn't give you the burger, delete it. What do you got to lose aside from a few minutes to check it out? And yes, I know there's folks that like certain lives, that have certain interests, and will check out those more often than others. Hey, to each their own. That's why on No Budget Productions here, Vance has, I guess you would say, brought in a wide variety of different talent. You'll find, all the standard fan film stuff that Vance is known for, that he has made convention appearances for, or at least one that I know of, but it was pretty damn big. It was at Star Trek Las Vegas. Not this one that just ended, but still to be brought on stage live to talk about fan film, creation, filming, being one of the major creators of fan films, and as far as I know, the only creator of fan films to have so many out there. Vance has brought in a bunch of different talent, like I say, to go from fan films to just general different nerdy stuff, like me with of course the Transformers, the Star Trek, a little bit of Doctor Who, mix it all in. And can see up top there, I don't want to mess with the camera angle right now, that is Farscape. So I might not have all the nerdiness, but I share in some of it. Ian, Daniel, welcome. Thank you for joining me on this trial, seeing how this goes. Like I said, a couple of folks have done lives on the channel before. Vance has done lives before. He uses a different app to do that, and then links it into YouTube somehow, so I'm not sure how he does it. This is straight through YouTube all the way, and I'm hoping it keeps on going good. StreamYard, that's it. Thank you, Ian. Yeah, like I said, I don't know how he links it. I'm sure he can easily. I'm not gonna do lives that often, so it's not worth me delving into it unless I'm going to start doing lives more often, which I don't really think I'm going to. Hey, you never know. I mean, who knows? This might take off and be the next big thing past, self-sealing stem bolts. Who knows? Thank you for the check on the audio quality. I was a little bit concerned because, yes, I am in Texas. It is the summer. It has been dreadfully hot recently. And because of that, the fan and uh, AC, actually, two fans are on. So I don't know if those carried over into the sound quality. And Phoenix, a thank you, Ian. Yeah, unfortunately, sometimes living in Texas is a detriment, and that's a totally different subject for a totally different day. Phoenix, a self-sealing stem bolt. I know you don't know much about Star Trek. I'm trying to impart my knowledge to you as I can. A self-sealing stem bolt is basically a construction device or tool that it's never really fully explained, if I remember correctly, but basically it's a bolt that goes into a hole to hold two pieces together, and it will seal itself in there. So you don't have to like caulk around it to, you know, make it airtight or something like that. It'll seal itself. Yes, we can. I don't remember the specific episode of Deep Space Nine that it's mentioned in to be able to pop that up and watch it. I'm sure I can Google it and find it easily, or one of my nerd friends might be able to just go, hey, I know what episode you're looking for. This is it. Here you go. Watch and enjoy. It's possible. Or, like, say, eventually stick with me long enough, we'll make it through all of Star Trek, from the beginning to what's the most current. Because I've got it. There you go. See, Daniel popped up with it. It's the episode Progress in Deep Space Nine. So there you go. Like I said, we can skip to that episode, and I'll try and explain what was going on around it, and then go back into other Star Trek, and then naturally progress to that episode later on. We got time. I got the DVDs. They're not going anywhere. Yeah, I thought it was, Ian. I think that one was. I think Progress is the most notable. I think that was the episode where Jake and Nog are trying to trade up for things, and got that case of self-sealing stem bolts, and we're trying to figure out who to trade that to for what other item to get. I know there was yamak sauce in there somewhere. So, okay, there's the Star Trek Minecraft map. I'm sure there's Minecraft creations for just about everything. I mean, it's a very popular game, and there are some very creative people that play the game and go on about it. So, shoot. It wouldn't surprise me if there was a, comic related one, like a Marvel world or a DC world from Minecraft. Once my eyes get fixed, hopefully I will be able to start playing. and you can start teaching me, Phoenix. On that, I've got all of my end of the paperwork into the state agency that's helping me to cover the cost of that. Now I'm waiting on the state agency to, I've already been approved for it and everything like that. So, woo, thankfully, yes, that's all good. But I'm waiting for them to get the paperwork into the doctor's office that's actually going to be doing the laser correction on my eyes. Bad thing about that is there's about, from what he said, 5 other folks that are ahead of me in the paperwork line of getting everything finalized and submitted to their doctors and stuff like that. So it's going to be a little while longer before I have anything new to report on that. I'm not sure exactly what time frame we're looking for. Hopefully before the end of the year. I'm hoping for, say within the next month or two. Hoping. I don't know. Also, I was, oh yeah, Ian, yes, I have a friend in town who is going to take me actually down to Dallas, since they don't actually do the procedure up here in the Denison area. Dallas is about an hour and a half, depending on where in Dallas it is and how bad the traffic is. The area, from what I can tell, where this hospital or doctor's office is that they contract with in Dallas, it's a fairly heavily trafficked area. It's around Forest Lane and LBJ and 75, if that makes any sense to anybody else. I don't know. To somebody who grew up in the Dallas area, yeah, traffic's bad. So, like I said, I've got that going. I've got my ride to and from. Hopefully, like I said, I'll have some updates on that soon-ish. Last week I got the all clear to go back to work from the infection that was in my stump. It's still a little tender and sore, but I made it through last Thursday. I made it through last Friday. Made it through Monday of this week. Made it through today. So I feel that hopefully I'm on the mend and back to normal, back to, or as normal as I can be. Yeah. Whenever my vision gets corrected, hopefully we can make a video together and play Minecraft together. We'll figure that out. I don't know the technical aspect behind that. And yes, health issues suck, to put it nicely. The diabetic thing, yeah, I mean, it's difficult to get that under control. Medication, all that, trying to eat better, but being on limited income, it's very difficult. And with a healthcare system that doesn't really give a rip about people in the United States here, makes it a little bit more difficult. So, yeah, I know what all that's about. What can I do about it except try and do the best that I can with the resources that I have. Alright, well, on to other things. Today, or not just today, but recently I've picked up some Transformers. Duh. Transformers, me. Ha ha ha. Like that's a surprise to anybody. I'm going to start off with the oldest. Now, this one I picked up months ago, and he's just been kind of buried for a while. Haven't gotten around to him or anything like this. I actually have two of this figure and two of one called Shadow Panther, which are both repaints of the Kingdom figure of Cheetor. Now, Cheetor was a cheetah figure from the Beast Wars era, and the two repaints that I got, the Shadow Panther is an all-black repaint of Cheetor, who's supposed to be a nod to the character of Ravage from Generation 1, who showed up in Beast Wars in an upgraded body. Walmart came out with that. The reason I got two of them is because in Beast Wars, when they first came out, they had a both regular robot head, and then they had what was called a mutant head. Basically a little mask that would flip up over the robot head and have a mutant looking, weird looking face. When Walmart went and did Shadow Panther, they released it with the mutant head. I like it, but I wanted a Shadow Panther with the regular Cheetor head. Luckily, they came out with the figure called Night Prowler, which was based off of a paint job for an unreleased Beast Wars figure that was based off of Cheetor. And they went ahead and used the regular Cheetor head on the Night Prowler figure. So I bought a second, and now my brain went totally blank after I've just said his name numerous times. The black Cheetor Shadow Panther. I bought a second Shadow Panther, and I bought two of Night Prowler, because my plan is, and still was, to paint the regular Night Prowler head black and switch it to the Shadow Panther body. And then I'll be left with that mutant head, where if I can find the right shade of orangey yellow, I could repaint that and put it on Night Prowler. So he's still in package, but that is Night Prowler. He's kind of a grayish version of Cheetor instead of the normal, more yellowish Cheetor. Like I say, he's still in package because I haven't gotten around to making that custom yet, so one of these days I will, and this banged up box will be gone. So that's my oldest figure that I've recently got. Then we're going on to this one. This is Blast Off. There's the rest of the episode names that feature self-sealing stem bolts. Well, not really feature, but at least mention them. And it'll be in the chat so I can go back and look them up. Makes it easy, thank you. Now, this is Generation 2 Blast Off. Now, for those of y'all that don't know much, or if anything, about Transformers, is they had what, at the time, they didn't have these generations until Generation 2. All of the original ones have been retroactively renamed as G1 or Generation 1. What they did for G2 is they just took a sampling of some of the more popular Generation 1 figures and repainted them in crazy colors for the 90s, for the mid-90s. Transformers as a whole at the time was kind of losing its popularity, so they decided to go with these crazy 90s colors to try to reinvigorate the line and bring it back to prominence. And it says the stream's buffering. I'm sorry, Phoenix, I don't know. It looks like it's fine on my end. You know how that goes. I mean, I'm sorry. You know how it goes. My end looks perfectly fine. Your end comes through perfectly fine, when we do a video chat. And, to me it looks great, but on your end it starts buffering. So, my crazy internet. It's only through the phone. One of these days, after the whole eye thing and getting a better job and this and that and the other, hopefully I should be able to get better internet. Oh yeah, Cybertronic Spree, I know about them. They are a great band in my opinion. Yes, they do covers, and they have recently started doing original songs, if I remember correctly. In fact, Cybertronic Spree, right here, this is their cover of the 1986 Transformers movie soundtrack. And in fact, today is August 8th. And to those of y'all who may or may not know, August 8th is the day the original 1986 Transformers the movie was released in theaters. So, I'm sure you probably didn't notice that already or know that. But thank you for mentioning it, because, yeah, Cybertronic Spree, woo! Transformers the movie soundtrack on vinyl. Yes, I spent the money to buy the record, because I never actually had the record of the original, one of those limited edition colored swirl splotchy records. Oh yes, I got the power with this vinyl here. But yeah, somewhere in my collection, I have uh, the Transformers, the movie soundtrack on audio tape and CD. And, it's not the original official one, Cybertronic Spree, but I have it on record now, too. But yeah, going back to the whole G2 explanation, what they did is in the 90s, they recolored them and re-released some figures. Now, this one, I have a lot more G2 figures, but they're in storage. But I've been trying to collect these as I can afford them and piece them together. Is the Combaticons that merge to form Bruticus. And in storage, yes, I have Vortex, I have Swindle, doggone it. What is the tank's name? Brawl. I have Brawl. A few months ago, I found online Blastoff, who is the space shuttle, but now mine, you'll notice, is missing one wing. I have quite a few of the knockoff of Bruticus sets, so I'm hoping that once I can dig through storage that one of the knockoff Blastoff wings will fit here onto this G2 Blastoff, because it's just a basic plain black wing. To hopefully snap that on and be able to at least look like a full-on Blastoff. G1 figures often had what would these days be considered very simplistic transformations. And unfortunately, no, I did not get back anything from what was stolen out of that storage spot. I did get an insurance settlement, so I have been repurchasing some of the items as I can afford them. And so, I guess I did get some of it back, but it's not, specifically the one that I had before. It's similar to the ones I had before on some of the things, but you live, you get through it, keep on going on. So, yeah, insurance, let's just say that they were trying to shortchange me by quite a bit at first. And I called them back, I raised a little hell, and yeah, I didn't get full replacement value on it, because even though the items that were stolen were collectibles, which collectibles increase in value over time, and I tried to explain that to them, that basically only the collectibles that I had that were Japanese, the Japanese Transformers and pre-Transformers that I had, those were the ones that I was able to convince them that yes, this has only appreciated in value and only will continue to. And that's where the bigger settlement finally came from. But here we have G2 Blastoff in his robot mode. You know, he looks cool. You can't really tell that his space shuttle mode is missing a wing in his robot mode. I mean, he can, because there's that little tidbit hanging out from where his wing folds up, where one of his cannons would attach. That's not on this side, but robot mode, I think he looks pretty darn cool. And like I said, where else in the world have you seen a space shuttle with camo? Now, granted, there have been a couple of other releases of other repaints of Blastoff and the Combaticons that have had camo, which again is kind of weird. There's been there was an urban camo deco of him that it was mostly gray and like had black and white camo. There was one that was like a desert camo, so it was kind of a tan with yellow and white streaks and stuff. So some of the decorations that they come out with are very wild and crazy, and like, what the hell were they thinking? Alright, next up on that G2 time frame type of thing, I guess you would say, is Onslaught. Now, this guy I just got today. I've been looking for a G2 Onslaught for a while, and I finally found one. Yes, he's missing all of his accessories, but with the knockoffs, once I get them out of storage and everything, I can use those parts to make a complete Bruticus using the knockoff parts and real parts. But I got Onslaught. Now, he's the main body that the other combiners bits attach to him, and then they make the bigger robot, Bruticus. And Onslaught here is lovely yellow. You don't really see his camo until you get him in vehicle form, because he's not got too much of it in the robot form. Let's see if you can see that right there. Oh yeah, G1 was very blocky, like I say, kind of simplistic to today's standards of Transformers. Chunky figures. But I mean, they have a lot of nostalgia and fun. Onslaught here, like I said, he's got a fairly simplistic transformation. Take his arms and fold them up like so. Push his fists in, slide his legs in, and you flip that out, and he becomes a military transport truck. He's supposed to have some cannons back here. That unfortunately they broke off in the pegs, so yeah. But you'll see he's got the purple camo, yellow vehicle, long vehicle. He can also hold another Combaticon on his back there for transport. I'm getting some notices that the stream is kind of jamming up a little bit, and not always going through, so I'm going to kind of rush through this a little bit and end it. So maybe hopefully when it uploads as a finished video, it'll go over those parts and not leave a big blocky situation there. Walmart is releasing some repaints of their own in the G2 line that they are using right now that I think are pretty darn cool. This is what who they call cloud cover. This is based on, I'm wanting to say, Dirge, that they have repainted and made into a Generation 2 figure. And you'll see that's a Generation 2 Decepticon logo. They changed them up, I guess, again, to keep them fresh and new. This was an unreleased design that they had for Generation 2, and Walmart now in the Toxitron series of the Transformer Legacy Evolution line has come out with some repaints that are based on those original unreleased Generation 2 repaints. So cloud cover there is one of them. The other one that I have been able to get so far in my area is what a lot of people call Watermelon Mirage, because you'll see he's pink and green. This was an unreleased, unproduced repaint of the G1 Mirage figure done in these colors, but a lot of people call him Watermelon, but he's got a gator on him. If you transform him into vehicle mode, which would be an F1 racer, he's got a gator logo on his side. So is he supposed to be a watermelon loving gator or what? I don't know. One of those oddball G2 figures. I'm not going to transform him or Cloudburst because they are modern figures and they take a little bit longer to transform. And like I say, since the video's kind of stuttering a little bit, I'm going to try and cut this short. Tim Rose, welcome. Thank you for joining. Sorry you missed all of the earlier talk about my eyes and my leg and all that. But again, just to show off some recent acquisitions, we've got good old pink and green Mirage. Like I say, this is a Walmart exclusive here in the United States. Not sure exactly what stores carry these around the world. I know they are available around the world. Like I said, I just don't know who carries them. This is G2 cloud cover. Yeah, I mean, most of the folks on here I know. I've seen them comment before. I've interacted with them, so I might not know them, one-on-one or, really personally, but I'm familiar with them. Of course, yes, Phoenix, duh, I'm more familiar with you, being my girlfriend, being, 30 miles away or 35 or something like that. I can see you, I can hang out with you, a lot more often than my friends over in the UK and across the pond, as they call it. This is my Generation 2 Onslaught that I had just gotten today in the mail. You can see he's got his name on his wheels there. Whoop. And I dropped him, so oh well. But yes, in his gaudy 90s yellow and purple camo outfit, you know, G2 Onslaught there. Missing all of his accessories, but hey, that's how I got him for cheap, you know. Then we've got G2 Blastoff, the space shuttle. Again, missing a wing there. That's why I got him so cheap. But I have a bunch of knockoffs of this mold. And as I come across one, I'm hoping to pop the wing off of one of those and pop it on here, and it'll hopefully fit and look just like a space shuttle then. And then going all the way back is my still in package Walmart exclusive from like last year, Night Prowler, who is a repaint of Cheetor. I hope y'all have enjoyed. I'm not sure why it buffers sometimes. Probably because of where I live, being out in the country, and, you know, internet not always being perfect out here and stuff like that. I apologize for that. Hopefully when the video uploads fully, it won't have all of that pause and skipping and all that. If it does, I apologize. I'm sorry, guys. Ladies, and whoever else might be watching out there. Like I said, I hope y'all have enjoyed. If you are in Texas, Oklahoma, I think Nevada has some. I'm not sure what all other states in the United States. I'm sorry for my friends across the ocean. Today is National Whataburger Day, so download their app. You have until midnight, which we'll say is about 3 to 4 hours in the United States away, to get a free Whataburger today. So check it out if you want. Again, today is, I believe, National Cat Day, if I remember right from what they said on the radio. And today is the day the original 1986 Transformers the movie came out, as I was reminded to mention, because I was going to mention it, but then I forgot, and then I was reminded. Check out the Cybertronic Spree. They are a band that dresses up and performs as Transformer characters. This is their cover album of the 1986 Transformer, the movie soundtrack. So definitely check them out. They do covers of a lot of different songs. There's a bunch of their videos here on YouTube. And if, again, I apologize for my friends on the other side of the world, they are coming through the United States on tour later this year with the band Mac Sabbath, which is a McDonald's band that is a fusion of McDonald's characters performing Black Sabbath songs, and of course others. interesting, definitely. And wanting to say there was one other band that they were going on tour with. I can't remember who it was, but check them out on Facebook. Their tour info will be on there. They've got the little poster and everything. Check out, Cybertronic Spree on YouTube. Check out Max Sabbath on YouTube. This has been a very long video. Looks like almost an hour long. So for everybody who's been here with me for most of it, thank you. I didn't think I could ramble on that long. But y'all have a good one. Take it easy. Stay cool out there. I've heard this this heat wave is not just here in the States, it's worldwide. Stay cool. Check on your friends. Help them stay cool. Check on your family. Be decent to each other. Be good to each other. I will see y'all in the next video. Be good. Take it easy. Nerd in Texoma. Hailing frequencies closed. And yes.